channel, guys. Here we are with the first official video. Going to make changes to the Lamborghini today. I'm going to start the process. I'm not actually going to be doing anything, but we're going to address these wheels and the wheel situation. If you've seen the other videos when I drug the car home, one of the issues I had with the car was that somebody sprayed kind of that peel coat on the wheels here. See it flaking off in spots. They did a terrible job at doing it. Not so much on this one, but they got it all over the center caps. You can see the runs all over the back side of the wheels. Looks absolutely terrible. It's something I noticed the instant I looked at the car, but it wasn't a make or break deal breaker for me. It's something I can, a little bit of effort and time and in a minimal amount of money I can get looking fresh and new again. So I'm going to go ahead and get these off the car today. I'm going to break them loose while they're on the ground. We'll get the car up in the air, get all the wheels off. I'm going to run them down to one of the local used tire shop. I use this mom and pop used tire shop. They've never done me wrong. They'll break these things down for me for about 20 bucks. Get them all ready to powder coat, and then I'll run from there. We'll get them dropped off at the powder coater. So I'm just going to go with a gloss black on these. They're kind of, I don't know, call that a charcoal gunmetal, whatever you want to call it right now. I definitely like the orange and blacked out theme. I'm going to stick with that. We'll get the windows tinted here at some point as well. I've even contemplated wrapping the top of the car black like the Camry. I don't know, I'm a little bit torn about that. We'll see. Looks really good on the Camry. I've seen a few different cars with it on. More than just aesthetics, it would be kind of like a PPF film, kind of help protect the top from rock chips, because that's something else I'm going to have to address on the Gallardo here shortly as well. It's kind of interesting, if you know me, if you follow the channel, I absolutely hated black wheels for the longest time. I was never a fan of black wheels. That if you're going to spend the money, why would you spend the money on black wheels? I was always a big chrome guy, and I have absolutely done a 180 as far as my beliefs go in that, if it isn't quite obvious. Got black wheels on the Mercedes. Truck's got black wheels. Camry's got black wheels. I think the only thing I've got left with chrome wheels is the Chevelle at this point. They're just a nightmare to maintain. They look great when they're clean, when they're in the sun. We throw down road salt around here all winter long. It doesn't seem to matter what I do to polish or try and coat, wax, or put on those things. They start getting little rust pits on them. For ease of maintenance, I've absolutely fallen in love with the black wheels. All you got to do is wash the things, clean them up, put a little coating on them. I've ceramic coated the wheels on the Camry. They look amazing and new as soon as you just give them a little wash with some soap. So for ease of maintenance, I am now in love with black wheels, obviously. So anyway, let's get these things off and do some before and after. So before I get the car up in the air, I'm going to go ahead and just run around the car real quick and get the lug nuts broke loose while it's off the ground. That way they don't try and spin on me. We'll get it up in the air, yank them the rest of the way off. I like to use these non-marring sockets. You can pick these things up on Amazon. Not that it matters with these wheels at this point, but it will once we get them back and get them done. And have plastic coated, got a sleeve in them. Pick up a set of these for less than 35 bucks on Amazon. I don't know that I would trust them to an impact or anything. I don't know. I haven't tried, but for hand work, they seem to work just fine. So anyway, I'll go around the rest of the car, get these broke loose real quick, and I'll start yanking them off. Alright, so there's the last of the wheel off the car. So I'll go ahead and get the center caps taken out of these, and you can get a real good look at all the paint runs they got going. It just looks absolutely terrible. This drives my OCD completely nuts. There's no way I could have done something like that and been okay with it, but that's just me. Here's the other rear wheel where you can see that stuff's peeling off real good. It's just like a skin. It's hard, it's kind of brittle. So anyway, we'll get these things cleaned up, hopefully a nice gloss black. And not that it's bad, but there's a tiny little bit of road rash around the edges there. They'll clean that up for me too. We'll have these things looking like new. Like a nice new set of wheels. So let's go get them broken down and see if we can get them off and delivered to the powder coater. I think I finally found one that can get these done with a reasonable turnaround. Some of these shops are just so incredibly backed up right now. I really can't even believe it, but we'll see how long it takes. Hopefully we'll get them back soon and get them remounted and balanced and put back on the car and ready to roll before the sun comes back out. Of course the weather's falling apart on us again, but got these things all loaded. Let's get out of here, go get these things broken down. As you can see, they're breaking them down for me. Here we are at Washington Used Tire and Wheel in Puyallup, Washington. Said these guys have never done me wrong. They'll have me in and out of here in 10 minutes or less. One down. Yeah, look at that crap just peeling off of there. Hey, I got my little helpers with me today. As you can see, little Lambo fans. Just got the wheels dropped off. Lord willing, we'll get these things done and get them all back on the car. Can't wait to see them looking fresh. Alright guys, feels like Christmas Day. 2 weeks to the day from the day I dropped them off. I just picked up the wheels from Powder Coat. They turned out absolutely phenomenal. These guys did impeccable work. I couldn't be happier. They look like a brand new set of wheels sitting here on the floor. Hopefully I can take care of them without getting any scuffs or scrapes or scratches on them. With a high gloss black, absolutely beautiful. Did great work. No more curb rafts. They took care of all of that for me. Smoothed them out, look really nice. Like I said, for an 18-year-old wheels, these look as good as brand new wheels. Best part for me, for somebody that's as OCD as I am, they look great from all angles. Even the back side of the wheels look as good as the front. They look phenomenal. Even when you go buy new aftermarket wheels, they seem to neglect the back, look like they've got overspray on them, or just, they don't look good. These are an absolute showpiece. I'm super pleased with the craftsmanship and the work that these guys put out. Super anxious to get them on the car, not just so I can get the car moving around again, but can't wait to see what they look like compared to the nonsense that we had going on before with that plastic dip stuff, which is an absolute nightmare for those guys to blast off, I've learned. So for anybody thinking about cheaping out and going that route, I strongly do not recommend it. Even got the lug nuts done up to match the wheels, so this should look absolutely phenomenal. So any of you guys looking for powder coat work that happen to be in, near, or even around Tacoma, Washington, I strongly recommend Ken's Powder Coating. They've been around quite a long time. They actually powder coated almost 18 years ago the red frame on the ATV, the 440X that I've got. So yeah, they've been around, still doing phenomenal work. Obviously, I will put a link to their website in the description of the video. Huge shout out to Alan, JR, Sonny, the whole crew over there, anybody that had a hand in taking care of these. I know you guys put some serious hours into these. You turn them into a labor of love, just as I would have had I been doing the work, and I can't thank you enough. I'm super appreciative. I will definitely be back. You've earned a customer for life. Guys, not only were they the best priced around, and I checked with pretty much every shop within semi-reasonable distance around here. They had the quickest turnaround. They got these things, like I said, back to me in 2 weeks to the day. A lot of these shops at this point are backed up a month, 4 to 6 weeks out. It was absolutely crazy. So I definitely didn't want the car down and disabled for that long. So yeah, really happy. One last look here and get these things mounted up. All right, so my little helpers are super curious. What do you think, buddy? What do you think of the wheels?
I like them.
They turn out good?
Yeah.
You believe those are the same wheels?
No.
They look like new wheels, don't they?
Yeah.
Very cool. You ready to just get them on the car so we can go for a ride?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Finally, some beautiful weather today, YouTube, taking advantage of it. We're making some serious progress. Should get the Lamborghini back on the ground. As you can see, got tires all mounted up on the wheels, and I had a bit of a decision to make. Bit the bullet. This wasn't money I wanted to spend by any means, but we went with brand new rubber. I just couldn't put the old tires back on these beautiful wheels, for one, and then I can show you the other tires because I still have them here. Not that they were worn bad by any means, but I can show you guys why I did what I did. I'm gonna go ahead, and before I get these mounted on the car, I'm gonna take the time this afternoon. I'm gonna apply the Dura-Dressing tire care kit to these. I am absolutely hooked after doing that to the wife's Camry. Absolutely beautiful, great quality stuff, holds up to anything. Been driving that thing in the rain. They still look like the day I put it on. I won't spend a dime on another tire care product after using that stuff. If you haven't seen that video, here's what we're doing today. I will spare you guys the details for the sake of this video. If you're curious about this product, definitely check out the other video that I did on it. Did a whole install video. There's a bit of a process to getting this stuff installed on the tires. Even though these are brand new tires, I'm still gonna have to do a little bit of that process. It shouldn't take near as long as it did with the others. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that going. If you're curious, it's in the garage, so the lighting isn't the best, but here is how the tires on the Camry have been holding up. It's been on there several weeks at this point, maybe a month or so. Unfortunately, she drove it right in the rain, put it to the test as soon as I put this stuff on. But yeah, looks great. Can't wait to get it done on the Lambo. So here's the tires I pulled off, guys. Not worn terrible by any means. You know, a car like this, or the Chevelle for that matter, you know, they're not getting the mileage on the tires that your daily commuter is going to get. Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot when it comes to tires, and it was a difficult pill to swallow because there are no patches, no plugs. Like I said, there's a lot of tread left on these tires, so to spend that kind of money to replace them was difficult pill for me to swallow. I'm sure I'll be glad I did it in the long run. Lord willing, I'll be good for the next 10 years. If you don't know a whole lot about tires or aren't familiar, if you look on the sidewall of your tire, all around here, they actually have date codes on them. So this is May of 2013. So these tires are 10 years old to the date. The problem with that is most manufacturers say that tires expire. The rubber gets old, it gets brittle, loses its oils, whatever you want to call it, over time. Most of the big box store tire shops won't even do a flat repair on a 10-year-old tire. They won't even work on them. They won't dismount them for you. If you have an older tire, you'll definitely run into that if you got problems. Maybe I could run these in a couple more years, no problems. It's just not a gamble that I was willing to take on an almost six-figure car. So we're just gonna bite the bullet. Like I said, we got the new rubber on them. Yeah, it just is what it is. These are the Michelin, what was it? Show you guys, just take my word for it. It's gonna be upside down. The Michelin Pilot Super Sports. So what we went with was pretty well a comparable tire, a little bit different. I went with the Pilot 4S, Pilot Sport 4S tires, I guess the next generation type of this. But even more than that, they're supposed to be able to handle wet roads a little bit better. As you know, I'm up here in Washington State. We aren't exactly known for our warm, dry weather. So either way, that's what we got going. Excited to get the car drivable again. Hopefully get out there and take advantage of some of this beautiful weather I've got going on today. Would love to get the car out for a spin before the end of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cracking. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Yeah. Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. So definitely much more pliable rubber. I can tell, you know, the outer edge there from hard coring was definitely a little bit more worn on the other tires. But yeah, so that's what we got. Oh, and while I was out here just getting ready to film, I will show this to you guys. These were totally ridiculously overpriced, but since I'm already videoing, I'll go ahead and show them off to you. These came from Elite Auto. They are also found on Etsy under, was it Lux Mat Designs or something like that, or custom floor mats for the car. I'll go ahead and show these off. Ta-da! They came out really well. I haven't tested the fitment yet. Like I said, USPS literally pulled up and dropped these off as I was out here getting ready to film. Leather, genuine Alcantara. They're absolutely beautiful. Never imagined in my mind I would ever be a day where I would spend that kind of money on floor mats, but yeah, I bit the bullet. I did it. So yeah, we'll get these in the car too. I'll show you what they look like once they're in. So here's a before with the factory floor mats.
Fit the car well, look nice, they're clean. Just thought these new ones might spice the interior up a little bit. So here's a little before. Let's get the other ones installed. I'll do a little after. Here's the driver's side in. Really are a perfect fit. Look really nice in there. Couldn't be happier. Definitely brings a little bit of the orange from the outside in. Kind of matches the stitching real nice. Pretty happy with them. I'll point out too, even though you can't see them on the exterior if you're interested in these like you can on the factory, they do still snap right in place, and they lined up perfect. I didn't have to fight it at all, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this one thrown in. And there we have the passenger side. Again, perfect fit, snap right in, look really nice. Definitely pleased with them. Would I buy them again? Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. The price is totally ridiculous on these things. Then again, it's a Lamborghini. Everything about it is ridiculous. So either way, they're in there now. If you're interested, like I said, check them out on Etsy. Definitely super high quality product. Put them to work young. Hopefully this will wear them out a little bit. What do you think, buddy? You gonna teach you young?
Yeah.
You gonna be a car guy? Just like Dad? All right. So here you go, guys. Proof how easy this is. Even a 7-year-old can handle it. Scrub, scrub. Attaboy. Finally, here we are, the finished product. Get ready to throw these things on the car. Can't wait to get this thing down on the ground, take it for a drive today. 100% night and day difference from what we had before. The center cap's back in. All cleaned up, all Duracoated up. They look fantastic. The carbon fiber valve stem caps back on there. So let's go ahead and get these things thrown on the car, see what it looks like. In order to do this, I picked up one of these wheel alignment pins. You can get these off of Amazon. I'll see if I can find the link, post it in the description. You know, even if you're doing this for another car, you can get one of these. This one just happens to be a metric 14 by 1.50, whatever your thread pitch is. I'm sure you can find these things for it. Biggest thing, not just you can't throw this up there and line it up just fine. I'm sure you can. Everything I do with this car is a little bit slower, a little bit more tedious. I don't want to bang up the caliper any more than possible, and I definitely don't want it to slip off. Don't want to nick up the powder coating, obviously, on the wheels that we just had put on. So we'll throw this in there and hopefully just kind of guide things right on there. Let's get to it. Guides it right on there like so. Oh, these are gonna look so good. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna thread all the lug nuts in by hand, get this hand torqued down. I'm not gonna use an impact on any of this. A little bit more tedious, time consuming, absolutely, but it's a safer way to do it. I do not want to be first one to mar these up, and I definitely don't want to do it the first day they're on the car. Here she is, guys. Been several weeks in the making. I couldn't be happier. Looks absolutely beautiful. Finally get a look at the finished product. Night and day difference. That looks like a Lamborghini is supposed to look. Just look glossy and wet. Super happy. So huge thanks to Discount Tire for the brand new tires. They definitely took their time mounting these things up. They were really careful with them. I was nervous, as any new owner would be. They really took care of me. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the effort you put in. Again, to Ken's powder coating, phenomenal job on the wheels themselves. They turned out phenomenal. Car looks great. Washington used tire and wheel for getting them broke down for me real quick and easy. Anyway, the weather is beautiful. It's getting late in the day. Me and my little dude are gonna take this thing out in this beautiful sunshine. It's time for a ride. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Hope you like the content. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one.